Hello, my name is Livid Peace, also known as Livid Creations, and in this video I'm going to show you how to add a piece of clothing or another armature to your original arbiter for VR chat. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, of course, have your avatar inside your project already. Then you're going to go to the top left and click on File, and then down below you should see Import, FBX, and then find the file within your computer of where the asset FBX is located. Then you're going to import it. Once it's imported, it should spawn relatively close to your avatar, and you're going to right click, set origin to geometry. What that's going to do is, instead of down here, it's going to move it to the relatively middle part of your avatar or asset. Then you're going to drag it, and if you press S, you'll be able to size it up and down by dragging your mouse. And then if you want to stop, you click. And then you kind of want to get it to a relatively close representation of where you're going to want it to fit on your avatar. So yeah, now you're going to see that it's still clipping, it's still not where you want it. We're gonna fix that. So basically, you want to click on the mesh itself. So you should no longer have the armature selected. You're gonna click on the mesh itself, and you're gonna make a shape key. If you don't have this already selected, once you click on the mesh, you should have all these tools. It's gonna be the upside down triangle, and then under shape keys, if they are closed under shape keys, you're gonna make a basis. Once you have that basis, you're going to go up to the top left and go into sculpt mode. This sculpt mode is going to allow you to sculpt the asset to how you like. Once you got the mesh of the asset pretty closely to how you like, for this tutorial, this is good enough for me, you're going to go back into edit mode, or not edit mode, object mode, and then we're ready to get to the merging part of the armatures. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to click on the armature of your asset, and you're going to go into edit mode. Once you go to edit mode, you're going to go to the top right, and you're going to click the opaque circle, and then the transparency mode. Once you're in here, you're going to see all the bones of this asset. These aren't the bones of your original avatar, these are the bones of your asset. So you're going to notice that most assets come with body bones that you don't necessarily need for the asset itself. If you try to merge this right now with your original model, if the bones aren't exactly named the exact same way, I mean dashes versus points or anything like that, it's gonna leave these extra bones in there, and it's gonna be, one, unoptimized, and two, some bones might move when you do not want them to move, apart from with your avatar. So to avoid this issue, we're gonna hit A. If you're clicking A, click A, and then it's gonna grab all of these bones. Now, you're gonna notice that some of these bones you probably want to keep. Like if there's a chain that you want to still have movement with, you want to unselect those. And the way you do that is by going up to that bone and doing Shift L. Again, that is Shift L. Once you have unselected all the bones that you do not want to delete, you're going to right click, delete selected bones right on the bottom. It's gonna ask you, are you sure? And you're gonna hit delete. Once you do that, you'll notice that the only bones that you have left are the ones that you wanted to keep. So we're gonna go back into object mode. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you click on the object first without the armature, object, apply all transforms. Then you're gonna click on the armature and the mesh, apply all transforms, and it should stay in the exact same position. Once you get it to where all the transforms are 0, and of course scale and dimensions are perfectly fine, don't mess with those. You're going to be ready to merge your armatures like before. Again, click the original armature, shift click the second one, and then Control J, and it will merge seamlessly. Now we're not done yet. So basically now we have to go and find the pants within our new armature. And then we're going to go to the little modifier wrench icon. And you're going to notice right here, it added a modifier here, but it doesn't have an object that it's actually following. So you're going to grab this eye tool and you're going to click armature. What this is telling the pants do is to follow this armature, not the original one that we used to be following. Now, you're going to click on the armature. You can click on it by just clicking on a bone or the armature up here. And you're going to go into edit mode. Again, that's in the top left. Go back to transparency mode in the top right. And then you're going to click on the chain or any extra bones that you wanted to attach to your armature. You'll notice right now it is not attached by any type of line to any other bone apart from the original bones it was with. This is because we're manually merging it. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on it, shift click the bone that you want to attach it to. Usually it's going to be a limb. Like for an example, if it was on the arm, it would be the arm. If it was on the chest, it would be on the chest. Or if it's down here, it would be near this bone right here. So we're going to right click, parent, make, keep offset. Then you're going to do the same thing with all these bones. So click, shift click, parent, or right click, parent, make, keep offset. I have symmetry on, and apparently the bones are symmetrized. So this one automatically knew that I wanted it to go here. But if this is off, you would have to manually do that as well. Then you're going to do the same thing with this one down here. Once all your bones are now paired, you'll notice that you can go back into object mode. But if you try and pose it right now, the pants will still not move with the mesh at this point. See? Some might, because the bones could have been named the exact same thing down here, but they were not named the exact same thing up here. So a way to fix this is called weight painting. So what we're going to do is you're going to select the armature, which is already pre-selected. And then you're going to shift click the mesh that you want to weight paint. And you're going to hit weight paint mode in the top left. Once you're here, we can now weight paint the mesh itself. So this is a voiceover real quick. I'm going to explain this real quick. When you are manually weight painting, there is a lot of back and forth. It's very particular. You're going to have to continue to go back and redo it over and over and over again. So I highly suggest the add-on. It's a add-on called Robust Weight Transfer. This add-on basically will automatically take the weight paint from the body and transfer it over to the asset that you're adding to your model. So you won't have to do all of this that I have being fast forwarded. You'll notice that you'll have to do this for every single bone by hand and then blend it out, and you won't even know if that is correct, because then you'll have to go into pose mode, pose it, redo it, go back. Ever since this add-on came out, it's literally changed my life as an Avi creator, because I don't have to do hours of weight painting anymore. Is the plugin perfect? No. No AI transfer is going to be perfect, but this add-on makes it extremely easy where you don't have to go back and forth. Now, off of that topic, you'll notice that there is the chain with the extra bones that we had added to the armature. You don't want unnecessary weight paint onto those chains for no reason. Like, because the bones for the chain itself are gonna control that already, and it's already armatured to the hip bone like we did before. So the way to do this is to go into edit mode. Then you're going to go down to the upside down triangle. You're going to find vertex groups. You're going to select all of the mesh that you want to delete the weight paint from. Find leg underscore L or whichever bone that you're trying to delete the weight paint from. And you're going to click remove. And there's a second part of the video after this that explains it as well. I hope this helps a lot better as well. And I'm going to give a demonstration of the robust weight transfer. Robust paint transfer, which is under scent and right here. So when you first get it, it's going to be blank. But then if you grab the little eye tool, you're going to click on the body, click on the mesh, transfer weight. Now what that's going to do is you're going to go back into weight paint mode. And you'll notice that it has automatically taken the weight paint from the body and has transferred it over to everything else. Now, you'll notice that, again, the chain is getting taken over by this. And again, easy way to fix that. It's actually already pre-selected for me. I'm going to remove that weight paint from the leg, and then remove it from the knees as well. And you can do that with all of the hanging parts that you don't want to be limited to the leg. And then at that point, you have a fully weight painted asset that can now be posed. That's the wrong bone. Posed to your liking. Now, weight paint will never be perfect, whether you do it manually or with a plugin. So eventually, at some point, you'll notice that you'll have to adjust it in some ways, tweak it every now and then. But if I really wanted to see if I can get some clipping. Wow, no, that plugin really did well. I can also show you how to do a blend shape to avoid any further clipping if there was clipping. So you would click on the body, and you would go to the upside down triangle, shape keys. You'll notice a lot of shape keys. I have similar ones that I do for like the boots. You're gonna add a little plus sign right here. You're gonna put it to 1, and then you're gonna go into sculpt mode. opaque, transparent. I like the smooth tool for this. You make sure the strength is up to 100, and I do the symmetry tool up here. And then you're gonna start sculpting this area, especially around the crotch area, because this is where a lot of movement happens when in VR chat for full body. Even with Gogo Loco sitting and stuff, that's where a lot of clipping does start. And you're just gonna make your legs like skinny noodles. And what this does, you're gonna name this pants or whatever asset that you're using for adding. And what that does is it basically will add a insurance type thing that no clipping will happen. For most of my avatars, I do this so that if people bend their legs, or for instance, if people are full body dancers, there's no chance for it to have a leg poking out of their shorts or their pants. Thank you for watching. If you want further tutorials, I highly suggest joining my Discord and asking or suggesting different type of tutorials. And if you are interested in avatars like this one that I am currently making, this will be a trio. Join their Discord. Link is in the description. I will also add a pop-up as well, if I can figure it out. And I hope this helps you. Thank you for watching.